All right, well today I'm going to show you how to set toe alignment with ease the right way, so pay attention. All right, welcome back to the channel in my way too small garage, and today we're working on Project F-Beater. So about a year ago I put out a video on how to do an alignment, a DIY home alignment using some string, some jack stands. So this is what I'm going to use to DIY this alignment. I'm going to use some string, a tape measure, cardboard, a couple different layers of cardboard here, and a couple jack stands. Okay, final measurement now. Underneath is probably the best. So we're right on about an inch. Yikes. Hold that steady. Right on about an inch there. And on the front, we're kind of under an inch. We're around a 1/16 or so. I'm going to leave it at that and call it good. So that alignment worked really well. It got me around for about a year trying to deke out going to an alignment shop. But I've started to notice a little bit of inside tire wear on the inside edges of the front tires. So what that indicates to me is that my toe settings probably aren't where they need to be. Now I do around 100 kilometers or 60 miles a day round trip, and I put in that year about 30,000 kilometers on this car. So that's not bad tire wear for a DIY string alignment at home using string, jack stands, and a couple pieces of cardboard and whatnot. But it's not good enough, it's not precise enough. So I'm going to attempt to do a better job of that alignment so I don't kill these front tires. And I'll show you what I'm going to use. I'm going to use these really super precise toe alignment plates. So you can get these on Temu, Amazon, Vivor, all over the place. So I'm going to show you how to do this the right way with these things, because there's a lot of garbage videos out there that show how to do this, but people are doing it the wrong way. So let's get into it. All right, so here's what I'm talking about with the tires. You can see that right there, that inside edge is wearing faster, way faster than the rest of the tire. I mean, these were used tires, so not too concerned. But if you look over on the other one here, we got some inside edge wear as well. Not quite as bad. The car did have a slight pull to the right side. Perhaps that's it. So to fix all that, we're going to use these alignment plates. Again, Vivor or Amazon or Temu, whatever. Are they good? I mean, they were cheap. Is the material strong? Yeah, these are pretty strong. Like, I'm not going to be able to destroy these by bending them. I'd have to drop them pretty hard or hit them pretty hard. So these should stay intact, which is very important for setting toe. If you have any bends in here, throw them out. They're garbage. And the tape measures, which I'll grab over here. The tape measures aren't terrible, honestly. Like, the locks work. The increments are nice and clear. They're a decent size, as you can see. So these look pretty good, but here's the mistake people have. And I'll show you when I start to put these onto the rotor or the wheel or the studs for the lug nuts. I'll show you what the mistake is. All right, so here we come along and we've got our wheel off and our vehicle jacked up. And oh yeah, it's simple. I just have to line that up there. Rotate that slightly. Line that up there. Put a couple lug nuts on there and then do the same on the other side and I'm good to go. But this is not the right way to do it. All right, so if you've ever been to an alignment shop and even poked your head in there while they're doing an alignment on a car, you'll see that they drive the vehicle up on a 4-post lift on a platform. So there's essentially weight on the wheels of the vehicle, and the front wheels are put on these like alignment plates. So they allow the wheels to twist, you know, to adjust. So the tie rods lengthening and shortening allow the wheels to do this. And they also allow the plates to shift slightly this way for camber, etc. And I don't know everything else that they do, but you'll see that there's weight on the wheels. Now, when you have a vehicle jacked up in the air, like I just showed you with the front wheels drooping, how do you think you're going to get an accurate alignment with those plates? I think the plates are good for toe, but how are you going to get an accurate alignment when your wheels, this is ride height, are drooping like this? Everything's going to be thrown off a little bit. So I'll show you how to get weight on the wheels, and then you can use these the way you've seen everybody else and the way I'll show you. All right, so here's how you simulate weight on wheels as best as you can. Is you got to get your jack stand underneath the front lower control arm and load the suspension. Get all that weight on the suspension so everything is at the right height. Then you can put these real funky little alignment plates on. As you'll know though, with a lot of these, unless you want to take the caliper off, you're going to have interference. You're going to have contact between the calipers. So you're going to have to space it out. So what I use to space that out is a couple 1/2 inch thick 9/16 diameter bolts, or nuts in this case, and a couple spacers which I've measured up, and these are exactly the same thickness. And then that will give you the right spacing so that bracket doesn't hit your caliper. So we'll tighten that up and we'll go to the next step. All right, now that you got yourself spaced out, literally, and you're not touching the caliper, you got to put a level along the bottom of the alignment jig here and make sure everything is right in the middle on both sides, which I've got done now. And then of course, you need to have your steering wheel pointing completely straight, which I've got done now. So let's put the measuring tapes in there and see where this ends up for a toe initial setting. All right, so I got the measuring tapes in there, and they're a little bit flimsy. They bow a little bit. You got to really kind of pull and snug them up. But on the rear, I've got 66.5 inches. And on the front, drum roll, 66.75. So I'm a 1/4 of an inch out. All right, so I'm about a 1/4 of an inch toe out, which explains the tire wear and which explains a little bit of a pull to one side. I guess the vehicle's always wanting to turn. So I got to bring both of them in roughly, well, an 1/8. I mean, a 16th toe in is good. So I'll shoot for an 1/8, which is 0 toe. And because this isn't super precise, but more precise, I think, than the string method, I think 0 to a 16th in is where I want to end up. And then I can rotate the tires and then see where the insides wear. Again, I'm doing this way because this is a daily driver and I want to be more precise with my toe alignment. If I was just doing a race car or something that I just wanted to get to the alignment shop, the string method, I would have been fine with that. And I was actually, again, I'm quite surprised at how long the string method lasted and how accurate it was for 30,000 kilometers, but I just don't want to eat more of my front tires. So we're going to go an 1/8 inch in on each side, so a couple turns or a 1/2 turn, I don't know, we'll figure that out, and then we'll come back and see if I can get equal toe, which in my opinion is going to be close enough with this measuring tape and those brackets and this whole alignment toe alignment kit. Let's do that. All right, after a bunch of adjustment now, I'm right at 66 5/8 front and 66 5/8 and like maybe half of like a 30-second rear. So I think I'm roughly around 32nd to a 16th toe in. Really tough with this car to actually have both tapes parallel. So having that whole alignment plate to a level, you got to be able to go all the way through to the other one without any obstructions like oil pans and exhaust. So it's actually a little bit offset, just a little bit, but I think that's way better. The numbers are coming in way better. It looks like, again, I've got a tad bit, maybe a 16th of toe in. How precise can you be with this method? Who knows? But it's way better than it was before. We are a 1/4 inch out. All right, all I got to do now is tighten those jam nuts, make sure the tie rod ends will not move anymore and they stay in that position. And of course, I'll check one more time with the tape measures, check one more time with the steering wheel, make sure everything is nice and straight and where it should be. And then we'll go for that drive, like I said, and we will test everything out. All it took to bring that 1/4 of an inch toe out situation into basically neutral toe or potentially a 16th toe in was 1/2 turn on each tie rod end. So it doesn't take much to make quite a big difference. 1/2 turn, about a 1/4 of an inch, another 1/2 turn, another 1/4 of an inch. All right, so there you go. So I'll drive it for a while and I'll report back somewhere. I'll do a short or something, but you've got to do weight on the wheels. You've got to measure everything properly. You've got to make sure your vehicle is more or less level, and you've got to get everything simulated at home as close to what they do at the alignment shop. Plan on driving for any extended periods of time. It's got to be weight on the wheels. That's the only way it is. It's not in the instructions. They should have put it in there. Maybe some of the other kits, the more expensive kits are, but it's all common sense. So there you go, just another day working in the garage, trying to do things yourself without spending a ton of money. And you can actually make a difference. You can actually save a ton of money, and you learn more about your car. So, all right, well, that's the end of the video. I hope you learned something. I hope you learned that you can actually do this yourself with pretty good results. The more time you take, the better your results will be, and the closer you mimic what the professionals do at home, which you can do with these tools, the better your results will be. Again, so thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video. Please do one of 4 things: like, comment, share, and subscribe. Oh, and the dingy notification bell. We're doing more videos coming up. We're still working on the S10 V8 swap. We're gutting the engine from that donor truck, and we're almost out. And we'll do a video on that shortly. So take care. See you in the next video, and bye for now.